Good afternoon, everyone. Once again, welcome to the Magenta Trade, the Watchlist program at 2:30 ET. Thanks a lot for joining in once again. And today is 25th of May and Wednesday afternoon. Thanks a lot for joining in. As always, we are here at Magenta Trade. We teach you how to grow your portfolio using option trading strategies. We explain in simple terms how you can participate in the world leading companies with a fraction of the amount that you would need as normal investment. In the vast ocean of stock market, there are plenty of opportunities to gain from the movement of share prices every day. However, the market is unpredictable, volatile, and sometimes complex to understand. In order to be successful, you need a disciplined, rule-based approach developed over a long period of experience in the market and focused on building a long-term portfolio to protect your hard-earned money. Now let's have a look at the disclosures first, and let me quickly share my screen with you so that we can move on to the presentation. We will quickly do the presentations, and then we'll straight away go to the trading window. All our discussions at Magenta Trade are solely for educational and information purposes. We are not investment advisors, and you should consult a financial advisor before making any investments. Options trading involve exceptional gains, but at the same time, they pose inherent risk. Past results are no guarantee of future gains. For more disclosures, you can visit our website, www.magentatrade.com. A few words about me. My apologies. I've been actively trading in stocks, ETFs, futures, options, warrants, CFDs, and currencies for more than 15 years. I've turned my personal trading experience and passion into professional coaching. And recently, we have formed the company Magenta Trade to share with you my strategies of success in trading using simple terms and techniques. My favorite areas of coaching are trade management and money management. I have experienced immense potential of trading options based on stocks and ETFs, and I help you understand how they might help you to build a steady and reliable retirement income stream. As a coach, I focus on a daily routine, follow simple rule-based strategy, use simple tools to enter and exit the trades, and manage your positions in 15-20 minutes every day. Now let's look at some of the earnings reports that we noted earlier. If you follow our social media platform, Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter, we broadcast some of the earnings reports regularly, so you can go through them. Okay, let's quickly see. The first one is Intuit. Intuit reported third quarter April 2022 earnings of $7.65 per share on revenue of $5.6 billion. The expectation was more or less in line, but a little bit lower, $7.58 per share on revenue of $5.5 billion. The revenue grew 35% year-on-year basis. The company said it expects fourth quarter non-GAAP earnings of 94 cents to $1 per share on revenue of $2.33 billion to $2.36 billion. The current expectation is around the same level, but with a revenue of $2.1 billion for the quarter ending 31st July 2022. Okay, quickly, some more details. The revenue increased by 35% from the same quarter a year ago, and operating income increased by 25% year on year. Earnings per share increased from $5.30 a year ago to $6.28 in the third quarter FY 2022, which is an increase of 18%. Third quarter results include $141 million, a one-time charge related to the company's settlement with the Attorney General of 50 states and the District of Columbia entered into on May 4th, 2022. Grew consumer group revenue 32% to $3.2 billion and increased Credit Karma revenue 48% to $468 million. View online ecosystem revenue 67% to $1.2 billion at the same time. Okay, now let's move on to the next one, which is Express. Express reported first quarter April 2022 loss of 10 cents per share on revenue of $450.8 million. The expectation was a loss of around 13 cents per share and a revenue of $435.7 million. Revenue grew 30.4% on year-on-year basis. The company said it expects a fiscal 2023 earnings of 14 cents to 20 cents per share. Express is a specialty apparel and accessory retailer offering both women and men merchandise. The company operates in a single segment, which is Express brick and mortar retail stores and e-commerce operations. Now let's look at some more of the details of the earnings. The company said our first quarter results exceeded our expectations. We delivered positive comparable sales of 31%, double-digit positive comparable sales in every major category and every channel. 30% increase in net sales, 31% increase in consolidated comparable sales, 21% growth in e-commerce demand, on track to achieve goal of $1 billion in e-commerce demand by 2024. 640 basis point gross margin expansion, despite a $6 million impact related to supply chain challenges. In terms of some other numbers, operating loss was $9.1 million compared to a loss of $40.6 million in the first quarter of 2021. The shares of the company are currently up by around 7%. Almost 8% as such. Next one is Dick's Sporting Goods. Dick's Sporting Goods reported first quarter April 2022 earnings of $2.85 per share on revenue of $2.7 billion. The consensus earnings estimate was $2.43 per share. The company said it now expects a fiscal 2023 earnings of $9.15 to $11.70 per share. Previous estimate was $11.70 per share to $13.10 per share as such. However, the stock is up by 8.3% today. That is a massive increase. Net sales of $2.7 billion and increased 41% versus first quarter of 2019. Exchange $100 million aggregate principal amount of convertible senior notes and unwound the corresponding portion of the convertible bond hedge and warrants for a combination of cash and shares, ending the first quarter with cash and cash equivalents of approximately $2.3 billion. Comparable store sales declined by 8.4%. Income and income before income taxes has increased by 12.29%. In the fiscal 2022 period, a repurchase of $0.4 million worth of common stock at an average price of $101.39 per share. as under the company's share purchase program, under which the company has $1.8 billion remaining at 30th April 2022. The company's board of directors authorized and declared a quarterly dividend of 48 cents per share. Okay, so that's the case. Let's discuss quickly. At Magenta Trade, we base our strategies on 3 dimensions of investments: long-term capital growth, building a retirement portfolio over a longer period of time, generating regular income using stock options trading strategies, and ensuring your capital is adequately protected against severe market downturns so that your hard-earned money is not wasted in adventure. We'll straight away go to the market now. Let's have a look what's happening in the market. Market is very positive now, especially after the Fed's minutes were published. Federal Reserve announced that there could be more steep increase in the rate of interest, probably higher than expected earlier. I'll switch off my video so that you can watch. We can see the complete screen there. Okay, NASDAQ is up by 154 points. As you can see, it is still within that channel. Let me quickly create the bearish channel that we have been talking about. Let's say from here. Probably this way. Yeah, that's the best way to create the channel, and probably this way. Right. So it is still within the channel, and now we have to watch whether the index actually breaks out of the channel. In terms of over a longer period of time, yeah, it's still within the channel, and it's pretty much a bearish trend there. S&P 500, it's up by 35 points, and again, it's still within the channel. Yesterday it fell, but today it is still in the channel. Just quickly, in terms of here, it looks like a hammer there in the chart pattern. Let's see whether it rebounds from here or not. We need at least 2 days higher high and higher low, and close at higher than previous day. And of course, I'm looking for the first day when it closes above this channel. So that's what probably we will look into. If at all we are talking about any rebound or a rebound from this level at the bottom. Okay, so that S&P 500 up by 32 points now. Our dollar index is up by 0.4%. Meanwhile, Dow is up by 125 points. Earlier, Dow was in the negative earlier in the day. Okay, I'll quickly delete the box there, the drawing. Okay, so Dow is up by 123 points. Earlier at the opening, the Dow was actually lower, at a loss. Okay, now let's look at VIX is down by 1.94%, and gold is down by 0.8%, silver is down by percentage. US on oil is up by 0.26%. In terms of Bitcoin, it's up by 0.5%, and Ethereum is down by 0.49%. Now let's look at some of the stocks, and at the same time, we will try to look into some of the trading opportunities there. At this today, actually, it is a unique day today. In the bearish trend, we are having a positive day today. The stocks are moving higher, so probably we will not take trades today, but at least have a look at individual stocks, and if we find something interesting, we will look into them. Okay, let's start with advanced auto parts. The results were announced after market hours the day before yesterday, and the stock is currently up by 3.1%. It is definitely below the 50 days moving average, exponential moving average, and 20 days moving average, and even a 5 days exponential moving average. The volume is pretty much in line with 10 days of average volume. So there is a strong demand today, and as a result, the stock is up by 3.26% currently. At this stage, maybe we can look for some bearish trade because it's still below the all the moving averages, and still there is a downturn. Let's see if we can find out some opportunity there. Let's go to the brokerage platform, Interactive Brokers, and I'm in the options chain. So let's have a look quickly. Advanced auto parts, and I'll switch on the strategy builder. Let's look at the options of June 17th. Now, if we go back to the chart there, as you can see, it is still in bearish trend. The exponential moving average is 207. So maybe if we can look for something with a strategy of bear call, and we'd like to sell 210 call option. If we sell 210 call option and buy 220 call option, then it's just a 15 cents credit, but we'd like to have more. So then we have to actually sell 200 call option. So let's change it to 200 and 210, and then only it is probably a meaningful trade. So we can get probably $1.38 credit at a 200 call option. Let's see whether the 200 call option, where it stands. It stands around 20 days exponential moving average, and it is about 5 days high. So almost at 5 days high. So that's interesting. Probably I will not get into that trade today just because the stock is up today, and I cannot take a bear call position when the stock is going up. Let's look into Apple. Apple is actually more or less flat. It's up by 0.16%, and it's still continuing the bearish trend. But at the same time, there is a major support level at 138, and so it is rebounding from there. It is taking a bounce from there. The stock price went below 138 for 2 days, and then it rebounded from there. So it is taking a support from there. I'm not sure whether it will actually rebound from there. Anyways, it's Apple is a very good stock. Anytime I'd be willing to buy it at $140. So there is no doubt about that. Even if it takes 6 months to recover. But at the same time, at this moment, I'm not sure. It is still a bearish trend. So if we have to look for a bearish trade here, maybe we can look at something around, let's say, 160, which is above the 50 days moving average. Okay, let's to find out something in Apple. Okay. So Apple, let's say, $160 or $155. I think maybe 160. If we sell 160, it's just a 0.07 delta. So that's something probably not tradable. I have to look at for something around then maybe 155 or 150. Maybe we can take 150 is 140, 150. If we or maybe 150 to 50. Let's say 150 to 50. We sell call option 150 to 50 expiring June 17th, and then we buy 157.50. So that we still get a 62 cents credit. So that's probably something we can trade here. If we do that, our margin will be in this case, it is only showing $68. But on a safer side, you can say $500. The trade the spread difference minus 62 is $438. Okay. So let's do this trade. 62 cents credit for Apple. 65 cents now. Let's submit the order. 65 cents. Here it is showing it will take probably $80 of margin. So we have placed the order. Let's see whether when it gets well, it got triggered. It got executed. So 150 to 50. Let me quickly note it down. So we have traded Apple June 17. We sold 152.50 and 157.50 call option, and we got 65 cents. So trade history. So we'll get just this 65 cents. Okay. So that's For Apple, 65 cents. So what we'll do, we will straight away we'll straight away go to the position there, which is here. I have got a few positions already open on Apple. I'll explain you later about these trades, but this trade, I will try to close it 100%, and I will probably close it at 30 cents. So so that I can get 35 cents profit, just above 50% mark. So I'm happy to close it at 30 cents, and I'll place the order at GTC. Whenever it reaches 30 cents, I'm happy to close it so that I can book the profit quickly. So I'm looking for at least 50% profit. I'll transmit the order. It will remain there. Okay. Now let's move on to the next stock we have in our watch list, which is Accenture. It's again down by, it's up by actually 0.23%. It's a similar kind of graph as Apple, and again, it's still the stock is bearish, but it is trying to break away of this trend. If we have to take a position, maybe something around 290. Let's say 290. What we can get of 290. Accenture, June 17. If we sell 290 call option and buy 295, $1.75. So that's a 35 delta almost. Okay, so let's then maybe increase a little bit, maybe 300, 305. 300 is almost 19.4 delta, so 300, and then 305, then we can get 83 cents. So that's also pretty good, 300 and 305. So we are selling a 300 call expiring June 17th and buying 305 call, and we are getting 83 cents there. Okay. So we'll just wait for a few minutes for the call, so for the trade to get executed. It's still open. So reminding once again, we have sold 300 call and bought 300 call sold and bought 305 call option expiring 17th of June, Accenture, and we're looking for 83 cents. Okay. Okay, let's move on to the next one. In our watch list, ADI, analog devices, the stock is up by 0.5%. So here in this case, there is no bearish trend. Rather, it is trading within a channel here. So what we can do, we can look for some iron condor here. So if we have to take an iron condor, maybe we can do is we can sell 150 put option. Okay, let's do this one. 150 put option. 300, 305. Okay, the one we are doing is ADI. I'll just note it down so that I don't have to come back to this chart again and again. So we can do 150, 145, and then on the top we can do 175, 180. So let's try that in the option chain. So we are looking for ADI, analog devices. So we are selling 175 call option, and we are buying 180 call option. So that is probably about 68 cents credit. And then on the put side, we will sell 150, we buy 145. So this one in total, we can get $1.55 credit. Right. So we'll place the order. We are looking, so we are selling 175 call option and buying 180 call option. And we are selling 150 put option and buying 145 put option. We'll submit the trade and let's see whether it gets filled in or not. I'll give you a few seconds. If you'd like to look into the trade. So this is an iron condor trade for ADI. So let's have a mark this one, what we have said, this one. And on this side, bottom side, this one. So this is the range we are saying that it's been operating for now, for some time. So we have taken a position based on that. Okay. Let's see how it goes. And once again, if the orders have filled in, we will place a closing order as well. Okay, let's look at something else now. Okay, the orders have not yet filled in. Maybe what we can do is we can move it to, okay. So we'll just keep it at 83 cents. Oh, it has reduced to 129 now. Okay, 129 is also not bad. How come it all of a sudden reduced to 129? Maybe I'll just reduce it to 140. I should be able to get 150. Let's put it at 150. Okay, I'll just keep it at 150 and then move on to the next one. Okay, Akamai Technologies is a clearly bearish trend, and today it is more or less flat. If we have to sell here something maybe around 110, we can sell 110 and buy 115. Let's see if we can get enough credit on that. Akamai Technologies. Let's look at selling 110 and buying 115. We can get 38 cents. So that's not much. There's no open interest in the other ones. So the nearest open window one is open interest one is at 105, which is 30 delta, so which is much higher. So then 38 cents is not enough. If I'm looking for a $5 spread, I am then looking for something around at least 50 cents of credit. However, looking into the chart, can we do 105? That's the hard part. 105 becomes a little bit there's not much gap between the current price and 105, even though it is actually 15 days high or a 10 trading days high when it was before the earnings, 4th of May. Okay. If we do 105, then it becomes totally different, right? 105, 110, 80 cents credit. Yeah, we can do this trade and monitor it properly. So let's do it. Akamai Technologies, we sell a 105 call and buy 110 call. So even though it is 30 delta, in terms of chart, the interesting thing is it is the high that went up after the earnings. Earnings was on 2nd of May, 3rd of May. After that went up to a high of 105 on, not even 105. That day it went up to 104 on 4th of May. It fell on the day. Oh, okay. Right. Akamai Technologies. Yep. So it's waiting at 80 cents, 105, 110. Okay. So let's move on to the next one. We'll be in the trading room for a few more minutes, and then so in terms of other stocks, Applied Materials is up by 2.58%. And here definitely we can look into some position there. Applied Materials. We can sell, let's say 120 maybe, and buy 125. Let's do 120, 125. Let's once again Applied Materials. One 125, or 125, 130. Let's do 120, then we'll see how it goes, how much credit we can get. So if we sell 120, that is 21 delta, 120, 125, 77 cents credit. Today's price is 109.33. Okay, so that's a good one. Let's place that one. So we are selling 120 call and buying 125 call, and we should get 77 cents credit. Okay, we'll wait for a few minutes there. Ambarella, it's due for results, so we'll not take a trade there. AMD, it is up by 2.95% today. It's at 93.80. If we have to take a bearish call here, maybe 110, 115. Okay, let's say AMD. We do 110, 115. So we can get 49 cents credit. I normally look for at least 50 cents credit, but 49 is all right. I can take that 49 cents credit. Let's go for this one because it has got quite a run up. Current price is 93.50, and we are selling 110 call, buying 115 call. Let's try to take this one, even though the credit is less. So that's AMD. Okay. So we'll be in the trading room for a few more minutes. Amazon, let's see what's happening. It's currently at 2157. I'll not take an Amazon trade today. Arista Network up by 2%. Activision is more or less flat. MX is up by 3.78%. Bank of America and then the Citigroup. Okay, so we'll leave it there, and we have placed a few trades. So market is very positive today, so it may not be prudent to take too many bearish calls, and I'm not still comfortable in doing the bullish trades, so probably it's better than to wait for some time, okay, and try to understand which way it's going. I'll update you tomorrow on the trades that's get executed if based on these orders. And otherwise, anyways, we'll continue our watch list program, monitoring the market and looking at different stocks. Thanks a lot for joining in, and see you.